You know what would be a great superpower to have? It's the ability to separate the physical beauty of someone and their actual personality, their actual soul. I know there's like this 2001 film about it called Shallow Hal, right? And how Shallow Hal was able, because of some magic or whatever, to separate exactly that. And he ended up falling in love with a fat girl, but saw her inner beauty and saw her as skinny queen. So, you know, I'm thinking one of my worst fears, or like something that's just like percolating in my mind based off of documentaries and like true crime shows. I know a lot of women watches them. Of course, we watch them. Okay, is when we meet someone and they're not as they seem. You know them. You think you know them, who they actually are, their personality, if they're human or not. But then you start to actually be serious with them and end up they're actually like not what they seem. And it's all a lie. Everything's a lie. You know what would change that? You know what would help mitigate that this doesn't happen to you? If you're able to separate personality from physical, okay? It's a hard thing to do. Most people cannot separate that because we're shallow beings. We care a lot about our appearance. Nothing wrong with that, okay? Hygiene's important, okay? Taking care of oneself is important, even our physical body. But what's more important is taking care of what's inside. Okay, both from eating well, because it also reflects on your physical, but also from the personality of yours. Make sure it's not tainted by the bad. And we have a hard time doing that. We have a hard time separating because there's some good looking people out there. There's some good looking people out there that can do horrendous things. And you can say that a lot of times, based off your physical beauty, they are excused from these things. I know there's a serial killer out there or some sort of individual. Oh, was Jack the Ripper hot? I don't know. But it's true. That is the reality, that our physical beauty, we get a pass on things if we're pretty. But it is a double-edged sword with everything else. But, like, I would trade any day because I'm not I don't want to be like in the public having all my things. Like, that's so exhausting. Imagine how much karma or how much spiritual warfare you have to deal with when you're in the public eye, when you're having so many people, because at the end of the day, people who are in the public eye either admire you, either envy you, they want your life, they aspire or like they find value in what you're teaching them. And so you get all these people that watch you on a daily, and it's so easy because of social media, because of the digital age where we're going, to have your face everywhere. And mistaken, because people don't watch full clips because of their short attention span, people mistake what you're actually saying and they don't like you, and then they just have bad intentions on you. And if you're not protected, if you don't have a strong wall, a strong resolve, then it will get to you. Comment section, everything, it will get to you. That is the price you pay for having your face out there, of being, I guess, famous. That's what the price people pay for fame. And a lot of people don't want that. That is not something, that is a double-edged sword, like with anything. Beauty, fame, money, all those all of those that go from one side of extreme to the other, like being poor and being rich, they both have, you can say, oh, actually I don't think there's a positive to being poor. Scratch that. Okay, the positive, the good things. Okay, the good things. There is always a double-edged sword on that. Okay. And when it's hard to see it, you're always told to think it's not about the end, it's about the journey. It's about the journey to success. It's about the journey towards what you want in life, because that is the experience, that is the that is the experience that we crave as humans. We crave the struggle. We crave the attainment of something. And we only see that once we reach the end. Once we reach the end, we think, okay, that was an experience. That if we're going, for example, if we're going through a degree program that is particularly hard, we think at the moment, oh my gosh, just one more class, let me see the end of this, God, like, please let me be free from this, because all of the testing and all of the things, like, what, I cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, like, help. But once you actually reach it, you think, oh my gosh, you might not want to experience that again, okay, but you've experienced it, and you felt after that, when you actually reach that point, that you deserve it so much based off of that experience, based off of what you have to deal with in this trade-off for the success that you've garnered, I guess. Because I don't know about you, but like when you don't actually try and you get it, versus when you actually try and don't get it, you feel, when you don't get it and you try so hard, that bitter taste of disappointment within yourself. And also, when you don't try and do get it, you feel that you don't deserve it as well. Like, so what am I trying to say here? Well, I'm trying to say that there is some merit to thinking that all of that, I guess it's a trade-off. I guess life, you trade off pain, you trade off your hours for something else. What is it? What's the thing from Full Metal Alchemist? What's that thing? What's that Full Metal Alchemist quote saying about how there is a trade-off for something?
The iconic quote about a trade-off is the law of equivalent exchange.
Yeah, the law of equivalent exchange. Humankind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. Like with any chemical formula, there has to be ins and outs. It has to be balance. And so the balance is the trade-off of your pain, of your time, of, I guess, your effort for something positive, I guess. Not to say, okay, this is a preconceived notion that you have to feel pain in order to get what you want, because I also believe that it is our belief in things that helps with how we attain things in life. And if we believe that we need things to be hard, like for us to, in order to attain it, then it will be hard. But I don't think there could be effort and it's still not being hard. You know what I mean? Like, you can still put in the effort, you can still put in the time to something, but it doesn't have to be hard. It can be easy, but we just view it like we're told to work hard, right? To work hard and you'll achieve success. But in reality, I think a better way to put it is put in the effort, put in the time, and you'll get it. put in consistency and you'll get it. I don't think working hard is going to get you where you want to go. Or unless it is, but you're going against what is an ease for you. Yeah. I think that's it for me today. That was just a babble today. But you have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.